Father, I place into your hands the things I cannot do. Father, I place into your hands the things that I've been through. Father, I place into your hands the way that I should go, for I know I always can trust you. Father, I place into your hands my friends and family. Father, I place into your hands the things that trouble me. Father, I place into your hands the person I would be, for I know I always can trust you. For I know I always can trust you.
We are a small group of healthcare workers from the Department of Developmental Pediatrics and Child Neurology, MOSC Medical College, Kolancheri. We have experienced losing members of some families to the COVID pandemic in the recent months who were visitors to the department for their needs. We remember children who lost one or both of their parents. There are husbands who grieve the loss of their wives and wives their husbands. Many families have lost more than one member of the family. The senior citizens moved on without having had an opportunity to say farewell to their dear ones. Many families could not conduct memorial services to recall publicly the memories of the person who left them, or conduct a usual funeral or burial service due to the restrictions. Some suffered and lost the battle with inadequate or delayed medical attention. There were instances of families who lost their loved ones while living overseas. Many are still battling for their lives in the intensive care units. We feel sorrowful as we think of the way many moved away from our midst ahead of their normal lifespan. We remember families who are left to fend for themselves following the departure of the only earning member of the family. We remember children who would be in the foster care for the rest of their childhood. We witness a grieving humanity facing awful uncertainties and yet longing for respite from this dark period in the human history. We sing some songs and share a prayer with you to share in your grief and bring in to your thoughts of comfort for your wellness.
God gives his people strength if we believe in his way. He's swift to repay all those who bear the burden Your hand we view. With each new day when morning lifts the wheel, we own your mercies, Lord, which never fail. God of the coming years through paths unknown, we follow you. When we are strong, Lord, leave us not alone, our faith renew. Be now for us in life our daily bread, our hearts true home when all our years have spent.
Let me read a poem. I asked the Lord for a bunch of fresh flowers, but instead He gave me an ugly cactus with many thorns. I asked the Lord for some beautiful butterflies, but instead He gave me ugly and dreadful worms. I was threatened, I was disappointed, I mourned. But after many days, suddenly I saw the cactus bloom with many beautiful flowers, and those worms became beautiful butterflies flying in the spring wind. God's way is the best way.
For the healing of the nations, Lord, we pray with one accord, for a just and equal sharing of the things that earth affords, to a life of love in action. Help us rise and pledge our word. Help us rise and pledge our word. Lead us forward into freedom from despair. Your word release, that redeemed from war and hatred, all may come and go in peace. Show us how through care and goodness fear will die and hope increase. Fear will die and hope increase.
Let me share some thoughts based on the reflections in the book Here and Now by the late Professor Henry J. Nguyen. Our life is an opportunity to say yes to God and His love. At the time of the departure of a loved one, it is difficult to accept it, especially if it is untimely or accidental. We feel disturbed because apart from the loss of the loved one, we are left alone in our grief and bereavement. We suffer from an emotional turbulence that makes us weary and cloudy in our thoughts and perception. The life ahead of us can become a sign of hope for us. The peaks and valleys in a mountain are integral to the mountain ranges. It is from a valley we move to the peak of a hill to have a view of the sides beyond. Those in the valley of bereavement need time to experience the loss and recall memories to treasure the person who has moved on. The absence of the person from amidst us turns into a living presence through the memories of his or her life. The experience of loss would recur, but finding comfort in memories would protect us from downward spiraling to sorrow. So what we are to do to move on? We can open our minds and hearts to the voice that resounds to the valleys and hills of our life, saying, Let me show you where I live among my people. My name is God with you. It is this God who takes us yonder to live our lives fully and purposefully. Listening to this voice of love requires that we direct our minds and hearts towards a voice with attention. That becomes the source of our strength, both for now and the future. Lord, when it is time to say goodbye to friends, family, or places we love, give us courage to move on to new experiences, to make new associations, and to allow our children the freedom to create their own journeys in life. Where families face division and separation so that individuals can rediscover their own identity. Please be near to sustain and guide us in our journey.